Welcome, everyone. You are watching the College Football Show presented by AT&T 5G. Here's the best video of the day so far. Of course, it's the Red River Rivalry. Oklahoma's Caleb Williams, not Spencer Rattler. We'll get to that in a little while. Chucks it deep to Marvin Mims. But watch this video, Harry Douglas.
They say it's a game of inches. Literally, it's a game of inches.
Ooh, what a cat. You see how he twisted his body around? Oh, my Lord.
That boy good.
This is the best pylon cam footage ever right there. Look at that.
That's why we have it. That's why we have it.
It is good. Incredible. Thank you for joining us. We are here. We are live on Twitter, YouTube, the ESPN app, and Facebook. It is the College Football Show presented by AT&T 5G. Arda Ocal, Skubie Mageza, Harry Douglas joining you for the next hour, getting you set for all the games and getting you caught up on everything you have missed. Gentlemen, let's start with this. On a scale of 1 to 10, how excited, how happy are you with the action thus far on Saturday? Harry, let's start with you.
Oh, I'm at a 25.
Out of 10?
I'm at a 25.
25, 100. I mean, it's been a crazy day of sports, and we got to see some crazy endings all day. It's a heck of a day for football.
College football, I think, period, this season has been amazing. So I'm excited for the rest of college football because I think the first little portion that we have had has been so great.
All right, Skubie, why don't you take us through some of the highlights that we have had so far?
Yeah, as we move on, we're looking at the Penn State versus Iowa game. Right now, Penn State leads 20-13, and Harry, something of note in this game, Sean Clifford left with an injury, and this is costly.
It showed within this football game, Penn State has not been able to move the football like they had when Sean Clifford was at quarterback. But he actually went out of this game. He took a hit on a delayed blitz by one of the defenders of Iowa. Has not been back in this ball game. Penn State has been so stagnant on offense since that moment. So hopefully they can make some noise late in this football game. But Penn State has turned the ball over 3 times. But the difference in this game and other games that Iowa have played is that Iowa only has 3 points off of those 3 turnovers.
And the thing is, just like you said it, they have so many turnovers, but they haven't been able to capitalize with points. And that's concerning because one thing we talked about with this team was, hey, they can play defense.
Yes,
They'll make you make your mistakes, and they're not going to make any. But at the end of the day, can that offense be explosive? And can that offense end up putting up points? And we haven't seen that today.
No, we haven't. The quarterback, I said coming into this game, if I'm Penn State, I'm going to force Petrus to beat me. The leading receivers right now for Iowa is a tight end, number 1. And then second is a running back. So I'm going to force him to beat me, and that Penn State defense has done a great job of that so far. But the momentum has shifted to Iowa because Sean Clifford for Penn State is no longer in this ball game.
Yeah, we still got some time left in that game, so we'll see what happens. And we're going to look at another score right now. We've got the Georgia-Auburn game. Hey, Georgia ends up winning this 34-10, and these boys are looking like they bout it. Play some dogs!
Go sick 'em, dog. Go sick 'em, dog.
That defense, though. I mean,
defense
you've been really impressed with their defense. And we've even talked about them possibly being the number 1 team in the country.
In my eyes, I think they are the number 1 team in the country. And I say that because when you have a defense that's so versatile as Georgia's, right, and you can stop your opponent from scoring points, that means you have a chance of being in every football game. So for me, Georgia is the number 1 football team in the land. But I'll tell you, another thing with Georgia that's eye-catching, I call it the 3 amigos, right?
Yeah.
McCuckey, a freshman receiver, Mitchell, another freshman receiver, and Brock Bowers, a freshman tight end. Those 3 guys are playing great football right now for this Georgia football team offensively. I know we talk a lot about their defense, but those 3 young freshmen, the 3 amigos, are getting it done right now.
Yeah, most surely. And I love what they're doing. I think Georgia can really be a problem. And they've shown it all season, been consistent. And in this game against a ranked opponent, they get it done and take care of business, right?
Well,
all right, so
Bo Nix, you know, he had all that magic against LSU, running around, making all these plays. Listen, man, you playing the number 1 defense in the country. That's not happening. That's not happening.
All right, man, we've looked at some full screens. Let's go ahead and look at some highlights because y'all want to see what happened today. Check this out. We're going to go into the Oklahoma game, and this thing was where it was at. We're starting at the beginning. First play from scrimmage, Harry. Casey Thompson. I love this play. The bubble screen to the true freshman, Xavier Worthy. And yes, sir, he is worthy. 75-yard touchdown to the crib. And this was huge.
My brother, this was good on Texas part. This was god awful when it came to Oklahoma. This is the first play of the football game. You can't give up a 1-yard pass for a 75-yard touchdown. Come on, man.
Yeah, that fan's reaction definitely said everything. Now we go to the second quarter. We got drama. Spencer Rattler is pulled for this backup, Caleb Williams. And it's 4th and 1. Oh, you down. 21. Williams keeps it for himself, and he's a runner. He's a track star. 66 yards for a touchdown.
That boy better tuck that football. One thing I know if I'm Lincoln Riley, hey, young man, tuck that football away so nobody don't strip that thing. But shout out to that phenom freshman, Spencer Rattler. You're in trouble.
Hey,
trouble.
Lead cut to 14. We go straight to the fourth quarter because this play was crazy. OSU down 8. Mr. Williams doing things that don't make sense because this pass, Harry, is money. Marvin Mims says these hands are rated E for everyone.
Oh, man, and we talked about it's a game of inches as you look at the pylon cam. He's got the foot in, and he's stretched in for the touchdown. Big play for Oklahoma.
And they're going for 2 and bring Spencer Rattler in, but it works.
And the only reason why they did that is probably because Spencer Rattler has practiced that 2-point conversion play all year, so they let him do that. It's the only time he came back in.
All right, now Oklahoma kicking off. Worthy playing a great game, but not right here. Fumbles the ball.
You just can't have this. You got to protect that football, especially in that juncture, at that moment in the football game. That came up big for Texas in a bad way, Oklahoma in a good way.
Yeah, 1st and 10. Same score. Kennedy Brooks takes a direct snap, and check out the vision. I thought that was really impressive, man. Gets in there and gives them the lead 48-41.
They have 2 dynamic backs, Kennedy Brooks and Eric Gray, transfer from Tennessee. Get them boys the ball, man.
Fourth quarter, Texas down a score. Thompson finds his favorite target, Xavier Worthy. Give me that. Kid was special. 9 catches, 261 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Just 12 yards off the school record. Game tied at 48. Then with 10 seconds to go, Kennedy Brooks says, I'm done playing with y'all. Warm up the bus.
Time to send them boys home. And that's where they went.
Yep.
Home.
Yep. Make them say, na 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 na. And OU ends up winning this one 55-48. And man, Spencer Rattler getting pulled from this game, bringing in the freshman who really just came in and took over this game. How impressed were you by him?
I was very impressed. I was impressed by his poise. I was impressed by when he came in, he had that 66 yards touchdown, which really sparked this Oklahoma football team. But I said coming into this game that Oklahoma and their offensive line, they had to set it up. Right? They had to create those avenues, create those lanes for these running backs to be able to have some running yards. Listen, the total rushing yards today for Oklahoma, 339. 339 yards.
Like
but
a video game.
Early on in that ball game, Oklahoma couldn't rush the football. When they brought the quarterback Caleb Williams in, another guy that you have to account for in the run game, now the defense, their antennas are up. Now you have to guard everyone. That's when it started getting a little better. And I'll tell you this, and and it's not to diminish anybody.
Wow, look at
Caleb
those numbers.
Williams is taking over for Oklahoma from today on. Spencer Rattler, I don't know what he's going to do, but those 2 turnovers were very, very costly for Oklahoma in this ball game. But Caleb Williams, young man, you had yourself a day. This was supposed to be a coming out party for Spencer Rattler when it came to the Heisman.
Yep.
This was a coming out party for Caleb Williams.
They've been waiting for him to be that Heisman caliber quarterback, but we just saw it from Williams today. He's the one that really approached this game like he was about that action.
And Spencer Rattler today, he just didn't have it. He fumbled the football, his interception, miscommunication with him and his tight end. He missed on a lot of throws, but Caleb Williams came in and did the job and got this comeback win for Oklahoma. This was huge.
Yeah, most definitely. Now we're going to go towards the Big Ten. We're going to go and see what's happening in Maryland versus Ohio State, 7th ranked Ohio State. And Maryland came in thinking they could get something done, but early on in the first quarter, C.J. Stroud, the goal line fake to Garrett Wilson, the route, bro.
Oh, my goodness. You see that release? The aggression, stabbed it, touchdown Olave. Garrett Wilson.
All right, second quarter, we got Olave here. He leaves the defenders in the dust. 36-yard touchdown. They lead 21-13.
Hell, they have so many of them, it doesn't even matter. Just throw the football up, let them boys go get it.
All right, Stroud hits Trevor Henderson now in the open field. Move! He has a date with the end zone.
Listen, this freshman back is doing it in the run game, over 100 yards, and he's doing it in the pass game.
All right, third quarter. Now less than 8 minutes left. Stroud, Olave. How does he make this catch?
I tell you how, he's one of the top wide receivers in this year's draft class that's coming up. This young man is going to be a star wide receiver on Sundays.
Yeah, Stroud will finish with 406 yards passing and 5 touchdowns in the air, 66 points. I mean, sheesh. What happened with Maryland's defense? And let's talk about those Ohio State receivers.
Well, I think this is the best wide receiver group in the country. You have Njigba, you have Chris Olave, then you have Garrett Wilson. They showed that today. All you have to do is get these playmakers the football. If you C.J. Stroud, shout out to him for having a big day, over 400 yards, 5 touchdown passes. Big day for C.J. Stroud. But just get these playmakers the football, because this is the best wide receiver group. And I'm going to say it one more time. This is the best wide receiver group in college football. Get those boys the ball.
Yeah, and we were talking about that route that he ran on that goal line fade.
Man.
I mean, if you're really a person who loves route running and wide receivers, the stick that he hit him with, that over the top in order to catch it, it was elite.
Violent. You want to be violent with your stick, and it was so violent that the cornerback completely missed him on the release. Next thing you know, it's a touchdown, Garrett Wilson.
All right, this game, I'm really excited about this one because we were talking about it before. Michigan State, man, they came ready to play. We start in the first quarter, they're down 7, and Peyton Thorne, great job looking off the safety here, and boom! He hits Jalen Naylor, 63-yard touchdown.
There goes that deep threat. Uh-oh.
But wait, there's more. And as DJ Khaled would say, it's another one. Thorne to Naylor. And here he just shows off his speed. Excuse me. I want to go for another 63-yard touchdown.
Where you coming? You thought I was going out of bounds? No, sir.
Psych.
My mind, my eyes are on the prize, which is the end zone.
Hey, man, second quarter, Spartans lead by 1. It's not Halloween yet, but this time they want the trick and the treat.
They hit him with the flea flicker.
Man.
And who is that man again?
Jalen Naylor, his third 60-plus yard touchdown, 5 catches, 221 yards, and 3 touchdowns on the day. Third quarter, MSU leads 21-13, and Kenneth Walker, he decides to go cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. This is their 4th touchdown for more than 60 yards. And check it out, man. This is my favorite part. Naylor's running right next to him. He's like, hey, bro, dat me. Here we go.
You ever heard of a police escort? Well, man, I got my wide receiver escort.
That 94-yard touchdown is the longest play from scrimmage in MSU history. That made it 28-13. This offense pulled out some huge plays, and not just the offense. Their defense also made some huge plays. You're huge on this team. Tell me what you think they're capable of doing now.
Well, I'm gonna start with this defense. Coming into this game, they were 5th in sacks with 19. They had 4 more sacks today. But the offensive side of the ball, what we're seeing from Michigan State on the offensive side of the ball, we haven't seen recently, right? Those guys are averaging in the 30s when it comes to points. They're getting big play after big play. Peyton Thorne is playing unbelievable football, but not just him. It's not just him. You have the leading rusher in college football.
Number 1.
Go over 200 yards today. He showed why he's a leading rusher, but not only that, you have dynamic wide receivers that you can get the football to. So I am high on this team, and you look at this Michigan State football team, they have a game next week, and then after the game next week, the team in your own state,
the Silver Rivalry,
the showdown with Michigan. And here's the schedule left for Michigan State. They have Indiana next week, and then October 30th. October 30th. Why is that so special? Because that's the day before Halloween. So I'm going to see all the Halloween masks out. I want to see all the costumes out. That game is going to be at Michigan State in Lansing, East Lansing.
Spooky.
So that's going to be one. I wouldn't be surprised if College Game Day is there.
You know, I would like to see him there. Get some costumes and everything, get right for the get right.
Yeah,
it's
man.
going to be fun to watch.
But I'm high on this team. I'm excited about what Mel Tucker is doing. And Michigan State is just sitting back while everybody's talking about Penn State. Everybody's talking about Iowa. Everybody's talking about Michigan, talking about Ohio State. Michigan State is waiting their turn to show up and show out.
All right, we talked about Michigan State. Arda, let's go ahead and talk about Michigan.
All right, well, why don't we? Because we have a very big game, prime time on ABC. It will be number 9 Michigan taking on Nebraska in Lincoln. Prime time, like I mentioned. Molly McGrath will be reporting from the sideline for the game. She sends us this report.
Hey guys, Molly McGrath here at Memorial Stadium. It is the calm before the storm as top 10 ranked Michigan comes to Lincoln for a night game. Nebraska players are telling me this is a must-win game for their program. Under Scott Frost as the head coach, they are 0-9 versus ranked teams, and they're looking at this game as an opportunity to kind of get this program rolling and into an upward trajectory. And as for Michigan, this is a must-win game to keep their Big Ten title hopes alive. Michigan is the best team in the Big Ten in running the football. They're going to try to do that tonight. And Scott Frost said, whichever team is better at running the football and has more physicality at the line of scrimmage is going to win this game. So it should be a good one. A night game in Lincoln, Nebraska. It doesn't get much better than this in the Big Ten.
All right, thank you very much to Molly for sending us that report. Of course, it is tonight on ABC. You can authenticate right in the app, and you can watch it on ABC or by authenticating on your phone. Why don't we talk about this game? Harry, my big question here is, might this be a trap game for Michigan?
I think 100% it is. When you look at this Nebraska football team, you look how they played the Oklahoma Sooners. They had a chance to actually win that football game. And then the Michigan State Spartans, that we just finished talking about, they took those guys into overtime. And the only team this year to contain Kenneth Walker III has been this Nebraska defense. Why is that important? Because Michigan loves to run the football. That's what they want to do. So if Michigan, if they're not on their P's and Q's tonight, you have a potential upset tonight.
Now, you mentioned that run game there. Harry and Skubie, you can feel free to chime in here as well. Can that run game carry them to victory in this one?
I think so, and I think it has to. But at the same time, if you're asking your quarterback, if you're Michigan, to do it with his arm and carry this team with this arm, I think he's done enough this year that has been proven that he can get it done. Right now, you might be missing some skill position guys out there out wide if you're Michigan at the wide receiver position. But hey, I have trust in my quarterback. He's done us great deeds this year so far. So put that ball in Blake Corum's hand, Hassan Haskins, let those guys run it. If they stack the box, then McNair, he has to do it with his arm. That's just how I feel personally.
What are the expectations for McNair?
I'll say you gotta orchestrate the offense. You gotta orchestrate the offense. You go over there and you tell Jim Harbaugh, if they're loading the box, hey, put it in my hands, right? You want that weight on your shoulders. You want that pressure. They say pressure busts pipes, but you invite that pressure at the same time. If it's wanted, then you can't burst.
All right, we talked about the game. Now let's give our predictions. We're gonna go Harry, Skubie, yours truly. Harry, who's winning this game and why?
I'm going with Michigan. I love their run game. I like what they do on offense. If they have to pass the football, I think they can get it done. But those two backs, that tandem, Corum, Haskins, I like Michigan.
Skubie?
Yeah, I like Michigan in this game, too, especially because of their running game. And, you know, the thing about Harbaugh, he hasn't really been able to have that quarterback for his team. And I feel like this year they have a guy who can take them where they need to be able to go. Just as Harry mentioned, he can take the ball and take the game into his hands and get the ball down the field by throwing the rock. And you know that running game is going to be tough. So if you have a good running game and a quarterback who can throw it, you're bound to find some success because that running game is the foundation. And I like them tonight. I'm going Michigan. And then that makes better for the Michigan State-Michigan matchup, right? Because that's what we want.
Yeah.
Two undefeated teams. Who you want, Arda?
Now listen, I love everything you're saying, and I hear it. And you know what? That game on October 30th, Michigan State, Michigan, imagine those two intrastate teams are undefeated. But what I'm saying here is on October 30th, all of those college kids are going to be dressing up as sad college kids because that's not going to happen. And Nebraska's taking this one, and we will not see any undefeated versus undefeated rivalry in the state of Michigan. That's what I'm saying because I like to rain on college kids' parades. That's why.
You sound like a grumpy old man, bro.
But
I am wearing a grumpy old man shirt.
But I'll tell you what's important in this football game. When you look at Nebraska, the opposite side, right? Scott Frost, he's a guy who has a lot of pride. He's a guy who played the game of football at a high level. He's now coaching there. He has a veteran quarterback in Adrian Martinez. It's time for Adrian Martinez to have a dominant, good game. This is the night that you want to do it when you're home in Lincoln, Nebraska. The black shirts. Yes, I'm old school. The black shirts that there used to be in Nebraska. I want to see them come out tonight. I want to see them come out tonight.
It's going to be a party in Lincoln. That's what my prediction is. But we shall see. And you can watch it and see it as well as watch number 9 Michigan take on Nebraska at the bottom of the hour on ABC by signing into your cable provider. All right, Skubie, take us back to the field. What do we got?
Yeah, we got some highlights of an even better game. This was an all-time classic, and you want to see it. Number 13, Arkansas taking on Ole Miss. And it really got wild in the second half. Tied at 24, Snoop Connor finds a hole, and don't check the speed limit because he's speeding.
Hey, yo, nephew. We got this thing, nephew.
Oh, I see what you did there. But hold up, Arkansas says we came the ball. Jefferson says, I believe I can fly.
Oh,
sheesh.
Fly is not what he did. He flew, he jumped, he did everything you could think of.
That ties it up at 31. Start of the fourth, and it is Snoop Connor.
For shizzle, my dizzle.
Ole Miss goes up 38-31, and he was dropping it like it's hot. But then KJ Jefferson finds Treylon Burks, and that was easy. 20-yard touchdown. We're tied up again later in the fourth quarter. Matt Corral says, go Gadget, rocket arm. Check out this bomb.
Over Baghdad.
That was great timing. This got them within striking distance. They score with Snoop Dogg still dropping it like it's hot. And he finished the day with 110 yards and 3 tutties. We go with a minute 30 in the fourth. Arkansas ball. Jefferson says, I put the team on my back. The man's got more moves than Michael Jackson.
Ooh, that boy big, too. It's hard to tackle him.
Oh, yeah. Ties it up at 45 right there. But this man this game was an instant classic. Matt Corral finding a wide open Braylon Sanders.
This
is
play
crazy.
right here was a hitch and go. The receiver went up 5 yards, stopped, got the DB to bite. Then he continued on the go route. Matt Corral, a Heisman candidate, found him for a touchdown.
But hold up. Do or die time. 1 second left. Jefferson finds Warren Thompson. We got a 1-point game.
The game is not over.
Oh.
The game is not over. The game is not over.
You saw it. Coach says we're going for 2. Convert or lose. Jefferson throws the ball. Hey, man. You weren't happy about this. I can hear it in your voice. Ole Miss wins 52-51 in dramatic fashion. A lot of offense in this game, but I already see it in your face, man. Tell me about that 2-point conversion call that they had with Jefferson.
I'm just not a fan of teams doing sprint outs and rollouts, cutting off half of the football field, especially when you're in a tight red zone. You're not making the defense honor the entire football field, right? So you're basically cutting off one half of the football field, and then you're already at a disadvantage because you're in a tight red zone. Now you don't have a lot of field to work with. And I don't understand. It's like guys were running routes in in half speed, slow motion.
Yeah,
I would have loved
slow motion.
I would have loved for them to either run the football there or utilize the entire left side, the entire right side, the entire end zone. You just made it easy for the defense right there. But in this football game, let me tell you what I love about this football game. Both of these teams took pages out of Alabama and Georgia's playbooks from last week, right? They seen that Alabama ran the football down Ole Miss's throat. They seen that Georgia ran the football down Arkansas's throat, right? So what did they say we're going to come in today? We're going to sacrifice our pass game, and we're going to rush the football. Okay, y'all want to play these 3-man fronts? We're going to rush the football down your throat. And this is a game that I thought Matt Corral had circled on his calendar because if we remember, he had 6 interceptions in that outing last year. He showed up today when they tried to commit to stop the run. He made the plays necessary in the pass game, and he showed why he's a Heisman candidate.
Yeah, he definitely played like one today.
Yeah.
This was a classic. One of those games that at the end of the season, we're going to look back at and be like, yo.
Ooh, lucky for Lane Kiffin. Lane Kiffin better be lucky they won that game because he went for it on 4th down.
I was going to ask you about that.
34-yard line. And they did not get it, and that led to a field goal for Arkansas. So I'm pretty sure Lane Kiffin is happy that they won it.
He would have got a real major bruh.
Oh, I was going to get him today. Trust me. He better be glad they won.
All right. So our next game, we got Florida taking on Vandy. And Emory Jones, the number 20 Florida, was hosting them. First quarter, no score. Naquan Wright. It's a human joystick.
Ooh.
Sheesh. He's still digging into his bag of tricks as he gets down to the 1-yard line.
I was excited, but I had to remember they was playing Vandy.
Come on, man. I mean, it's a nice move.
They was playing Vandy.
All right. Clearly, Harry has a lot of respect for Vandy and what they could do on defense. We go to the second quarter. Florida up 14-0. Jones Check out this pass. Tossing it up to his boy.
Oh, that's a perfect
Trent
ball.
Wilmore. That's a great ball.
It's a perfect ball. The only place where anybody can catch it, your guy. Good ball by Embry Jones.
And that was 21 Skunk. They got to pass the sticks after that. But in the third quarter, Florida's first possession of the second half, Jones finds Damian Pierce. Peace is what Pierce says.
They forgot about the running back and didn't even cover him. Touchdown, Florida. Florida. That spells Florida.
I mean, what do you see from Florida? Because we're just not going to talk about
Well,
that.
I just wanted to see how they were going to bounce back after that loss last week to Kentucky up in Lexington. They came out today, handled their business against a football team who is down in the dumps right now.
Yep.
But Florida didn't care about that. They wanted to go out and win that football game, and they showed that they could bounce back from that loss last week.
Yeah, all right. Now we got Boise State taking on BYU. This was a game that I was definitely interested in coming in. We'll start in the first quarter. BYU up 3, second and 4. Jaron Hall to Samson Nakua for 14-yard touchdown. BYU leads 10-0. Second quarter. Tyler Algier runs for 4 yards, but fumbles the ball. The Cougars recover. Cougars ball, man.
This is not good. This is one of their best players, a guy that they're counting on. You're giving a team an opportunity to hang around in there. And you see what happened right here.
Cyrus Habibi Liko for a touchdown. Game tied at 10 at this point, Harry. And then later in the second, same score. Second and 10, Andrew Van Buren rushes it in for a 1-yard touchdown. And they end up taking a 16-10 lead. But right now it is 26-17 Boise State. BYU is ranked 10th in the country, and they're going against a team that's 3-3. BYU, we talked about it. Were they really a 10th ranked team in the country? Like, we're finding out right now.
No. 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 That's all that has to be said. You can't. First of all, you can't be the 10th team in the country, and you're fumbling kickoff returns, you're fumbling footballs, you're letting a team like Boise State, who is 2-3, hang in there and have an opportunity to beat you. And that's what happened today. So we don't even have to have this discussion anymore about BYU. They're out of it.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's a pretty ugly game for them with what they were able to do. But now we're going to move on to the fun part of the show. I like this, pal. All right, we got Holy Cow. And hear that music? It's time for my favorite segment.
Swing your partner, do-si-do, down and touch your toe.
Hey, holy cow, Harry, you gonna go first. Holy cow. All right, we got plenty of great plays. We rated them. I think you're gonna like some of the things we came up with, Harry.
Oh, I like this diving catch by Xavier Worthy. This young man right here is a freshman wide receiver. So shout out to him for making that play. I'm going to give this catch a 80 just because I think it's a routine catch. I understand the magnitude of this game and where he should have been, but I'm going to give it an 80. That's my score for that one.
All right. Now I'm up. We got ASU's Rashad White, and he was taking no prisoners in this one. Look at this play. Hurdling over the defender.
Ooh.
Yo, that was sick. But the thing about hurdles with me, I want to see you continue to run for the touchdown. And he didn't continue to run for the touchdown. So I'm going to give it a C+, a.k.a. a 77. I like it, though.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I like that score right there, too.
All right, this is Michigan State, Peyton Thorne, the flea flicker. We saw this one. Jalen Naylor, his third 60-plus yard touchdown on the day. He had 4 catches, 208 yards, and 3 touchdowns in the first half. What you gonna give that, Harry?
This play is big because this gave Michigan State a lot of momentum. I don't care if it's a trick play. It gave Michigan State the momentum, so I gave this play a 90. Trick them, sick them, do whatever you gotta do. Hit them.
All right, now we got this play. Arkansas wide receiver Treylon Burks. He was on one. Check it out. This is on your head. Straight mossing the defenders, and he wasn't done yet. He just kept on jumping over dudes and made 2 crazy catches back to back. This one goes just short of the goal line. Sheesh. I wish he got in, but that was incredible. Hey, man, I'm going to give this one a high score, and I'm talking about a 92.
Ooh.
Well done.
Okay.
All right, now we got Caleb Williams. This one was a pretty crazy play in that Oklahoma game.
Let's see
Check
what
it
we
out,
got.
because as soon as I saw it, I was screaming by myself in the conference room.
Great job by Caleb Williams avoiding pressure.
And then he throws it downfield. And man, what a fantastic grab.
Man, just give my guy a chance. That's all we ask for. Scooby, you play wide receiver. I play wide receiver. Just give your man a chance. Heck of a play. Heck of a play.
Mims, it gets it every time, man.
I'm going to give this one a 98 because this was a big part of the ball game right here. This was a big catch. This was a big play on 3rd and 5, I believe.
Yeah, now we're going to stay in that game. And basically the same receiver, Caleb Williams, just doing some crazy things here. Avoids more pressure on the run. Throws it to Marvin Mims. Give me that. And I'm not talking like Chris Brown, give me that. I'm talking Marvin Mims saying, give me that.
They say if you want something, you got to go take it. Sometimes you can't ask for it. You got to go get it and take it, baby.
You know what? I don't think it gets better than this catch. So I'm going to simply give this one 100 because he kept it 100 on the catch. Well done, Marvin Mims. Well done.
Harry, it's Scooby's first show. He's giving out 100.
I know. That's why I was looking at him like he was crazy. Like, 100?
Come on now, man. Hey,
You-
saw the catch. You're a wide receiver. You saw the catch, man.
You gave him a 100? I don't know if we're going to let you score no more, Scooby. You may be banned. You may be banned for scoring now.
You gave a 98 to a non-touchdown. That was a touchdown. So I can't give 100?
You should have gave him a 99. You gave him a damn 100.
It was 2 points better than the one that you rated.
You should have gave him a 99 then.
I guess like Madden. You don't hit hundreds like Madden. You only go 99.
No, it's only one person that ever got 100 on that. What's that? Devin Hester. It's the reason
Not
why
anymore.
It's the reason why he's the only one. We talking about speed-wise.
Yeah.
Devin Hester was the only one I think that had speed on Madden as a 100.
He's definitely a Hall of Famer with the speed. All right, now we're going to go to our top story. We're going to check that Penn State Iowa score. Check this out. Man, Iowa was in front by 3 points, Harry. And like you said, Sean Clifford leaving this game was a problem. On the other side, we got the Georgia-Auburn game, 34-10. But that Penn State-Iowa game, Clifford leaving the game, man, that changed the whole dynamic.
Yeah, that was big for Penn State. They haven't been able to do anything since Sean Clifford left that football game. It's been a struggle offensively, possession after possession. But I tell you, one thing they have to do and they must do right now, they must stud it up. The playmakers and the guys that you're asking to make plays when Sean Clifford is there, they have to raise their game to another level because your starting quarterback isn't there. So anything that's thrown to you, you getting a handoff, offensive lineman, you guys got to put forth that extra effort if you want to come out of here today undefeated.
Yeah, let me tell you, that crowd in Kinnick is ridiculous. I worked out in Iowa, and for a game like this, especially when their team is playing in such a historic matchup, they're going to show up and they're going to make noise. And if you're a quarterback that's not used to playing in this type of environment, you're probably going to fold. And
But forget environment. If you're a quarterback that's not used to playing, period, which is Penn State's backup quarterback, and then you're starting possessions inside your 10-yard line just about every time you're stepping on the football field. I know the main thing in his head is like, do not make mistakes. Do not make mistakes. Please don't make mistakes. And he almost just made a mistake throwing another interception. So I don't know how you avoid it, but at this juncture in the ball game, if you're James Franklin, you have to call plays. You have to get plays for this young guy to push the football down the field, or you're not going to have opportunity to win the game.
Yeah, it's almost like you got to be ready for everything, and this is something that came up that they just weren't ready for. Yeah. Or the backup was ready for it as well, because he definitely probably didn't come into this game thinking that I'm about to take over in a top 5 matchup that's going to play a huge part in the result of our season.
Thanks.
A lot of pressure, right?
Take pressure bust pipes.
It surely do. All right, now we got number 19, Wake Forest, taking on Syracuse. We start in the first quarter. Syracuse ball. Sean Tucker finds the end zone from 6 yards out. Give me that. They take a 7-3 lead.
One of the top rushers in NCAA right now, Sean Tucker, and he does it all.
All right, Garrett Schrader throws this one to his boy, Anthony Queeley. 24-yard touchdown. Syracuse pulling up ahead 14-3 at this point. And then in the second quarter, Sam Hartman decides to go deep. Ooh, boom. What a pass. And they throw the flag. Give it to him. A.T. Perry cuts the deficit 10-14, picking this up in the third. 4:40 on the clock. Sam Hartman finds A.T. Perry for another long TD. Look at him hit him up in the open field like that.
Listen, their best receiver is Ja'Cory Roberson, but A.T. Perry has been stepping up big for this team this year. You see those 2 touchdowns by the young man.
All right, now we see Sean Tucker. This time going straight up the middle.
Told you that boy was good. Didn't I tell you that boy was good?
You sure did. That boy was doing some good things in this game, man. Now we're going to go in the fourth. Christian Beal Smith runs through this D line like a tank. He claims a 10-yard touchdown in this play.
The Incredible Hulk.
Yeah, they go ahead 34-27. Now 21 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Syracuse needs to make something happen. Garrett Chaden dumps it over the top to Sean Tucker. Get in there! That's how you do it. They're tied up at 34, and we're going to OT.
Get off me, little boy.
Overtime. Garnes sacks Garrett Schrader for a loss of 9 yards on the play. Syracuse is forced to kick a field goal here. And you know them field goals, they're key. Well, we see what Sam Hartman does here. He drops back and throws a ball into coverage to A.T. Perry, and he comes up big. That boy gonna be celebrating tonight, man.
Mama, there goes that man again. I just talked about him. A.T. Perry has stepped up for Wake Forest this year. Wake Forest skated by. They had a test. There still remains one undefeated team left in the ACC. That's Wake Forest, the number 19 team in the country.
And you see that stat on A.T. Perry, 3 catches, 3 touchdowns. Every time he touched the ball, it was for 6. 3 plus 3. And you got to keep feeding a guy like that. He went absolutely crazy today, and that's how you take over in a game. You said he's the best wide receiver on this team. They needed him whenever they threw the ball to him, and he delivered. Incredible game.
I did not say he was the best. He's the second best now. We got to get it right.
Second best.
We got to get it right. The first one is Ja'Cory Roberson. That's number 1. I just said A.T. Perry has been stepping up now, Scooby. Don't you go talking crazy on the show.
Hey, I'm already jumping ahead. 3 catches, 3 touchdowns. For me, I mean, he didn't climb up the rankings a little bit after something like that.
He showed up and showed out now. He showed up and showed out. I'll give him that credit.
All right, now we're going to go over to the Florida State game. And this game is in the ACC. Sam Howell's looking to take down FSU. We start in the first quarter. Sam Howell already getting things started. How about a 60-yard bomb to Josh Downs?
Josh Downs has been so impressive this year. I said it coming into the football season. Sam Howell and the Downs connection will be something people will be talking about all college football season long. It's going very well right now.
But Jordan Travis in the second quarter says, listen, I got some speed, and you don't need to check the speed limit because we're out. 53-yard touchdown. FSU reclaims the lead 14-10.
That boy running like a gazelle.
Yep, now in the second quarter, 1 minute left. Jordan Travis airs it out, and he hits Ontario Wilson. FSU goes up 21-10 on the 32-yard touchdown. And then Sam Howell gets back to work and finds Kamari Morales wide open in the end zone. 21-yard TD. It's 17-21. Third quarter, Jordan Travis finding Wilson for another one. FSU goes up there.
That's a heck of a play. You catch them in man coverage. You have everybody on the right side run across the football field. So now the defender that's guarding that young man is caught up in traffic, and you score that touchdown. But Florida State has won 2 games in a row. And shout out to Jordan Travis because he surpassed last week a legend in Florida State, Charlie Ward, as for the most rushing yards in his career in Florida State's history by a quarterback. So shout out to Jordan Travis. Shout out to the Florida State football team for getting not 1, but 2 wins in a row. But I got to say this, North Carolina, I don't know what's going on with y'all, but football has not been playing good in Chapel Hill this year. Coming into the season, they had high hopes, but the high hopes have been thumbs down.
All right, let's look into some games and see if we can find some thumbs up, right?
Talk to me.
We got the Notre Dame versus Virginia Tech game. We're going to look into what's happening there. I mean, this is a 14th ranked Notre Dame team taking on a Virginia Tech that's really scrappy. And Harry, what do you think? We might see something special tonight.
Man, forget the play. Do you hear that crowd? That's Lane Stadium. That's Blacksburg, Virginia at nighttime. Sandman, the crowd going crazy. You talk about an earthquake? That crowd can make the ground shake at any given time, man.
Oh, man.
Look at that crowd.
That environment must be ridiculous. Just to be there, everyone's jumping around, going crazy. I mean, you can almost feel the place shaking. They got you jumping up over here. And this game, I'm really looking forward to it. ACC teams?
And I'm excited about this and this crowd because that's one of the things that we missed last year, right? Fans in stadium. And when people say, well, does fans really matter when it comes to these football games? Hell yes, it does. You see Lane Stadium rocking. You see Lane Stadium jocking. You see Lane Stadium going crazy. You see Notre Dame and Brian Kelly possibly a little shook. But we're about to see right now. We're about to see right now because that place is going crazy.
Okay, I love this. I love everything about this. Now, I just have to... spoiler alert, Metallica is my favorite band already. To see this in this environment is absolutely unreal.
Yes.
This is amazing.
Yes.
I need to experience this. Look at that crowd.
And it's nighttime, playing at Lane Stadium at nighttime.
Different.
And growing up watching Virginia Tech back in the Frank Beamer days, this is some of the things that you've seen, right? They didn't have the Sandman playing back then, but this crowd was always like that. And if you had to play Virginia Tech at nighttime,
hey,
you better be alerted.
By the way, look behind you. Apparently, we're Metallica.
Hey, stop playing with your boy, man. Get me on. Am I slapping the bass?
So
does it get any better than this? Does it get any better than this?
If I'm looking, so I'm Lars, and I think Harry, you're James Hetfield. Fitz is Robert Trujillo, the bassist.
We had to get Fitz
and you're
in, my
Kirk
boy.
Hammett, the guitarist. So there we go. We're all Metallica now. I love it. That's amazing. I need a copy of that.
This is dope.
Yeah, bro, talk. Yeah, hey, make sure y'all send that to me, man. I'm slapping the bass. My dad plays a guitar,
And
so
it's
he'll be
funny,
happy
man.
to see that.
This is a game I picked, and I put this on Twitter. I think Notre Dame has an opportunity to lose this game versus an unranked opponent. I was high on Virginia Tech coming in. They beat North Carolina the very first game of the year in a setting just like that. Mayer, the tight end, the first-round draft pick, when it's time for him to come out, I don't know if he's going to be 100%. We don't know what the offensive line for Notre Dame is going to be, or we do know what it's going to be. It has not protected the quarterback. Who are they going with? Are they going with Jack Corn at quarterback, or are they going with Drew Pine? We don't know who's going to be playing the quarterback position. So there's so many questions with Notre Dame, but I believe so much. With that crowd in Virginia Tech and Justin Fuente, they may be coming out in Lane Stadium with a victory tonight.
And just like you said, the night games are different. It's a whole
Yes, it
completely
is.
different vibe. We're going to find out all those things that you mentioned. Make sure you tune into the game on the ACC network and check out how it ends up being because it's going to be a good one. At least that's what we're figuring over here in Bristol.
All right, we've celebrated the good. How about the bad? It's time for Bruh, delivered by Pizza Hut. Harry, Skubie, let's get to it. Y'all ready?
Let's go.
Let's go. Let's see play number one in Bruh. Casey Thompson to Xavier Worthy. 75 yards, you kidding?
Bruh, this is the first play of the game. Are you not ready to defend on the first play of the game? Come on, bruh. Are you tripping? Are you kidding me?
Peace. True freshman, too. Doing his thing. That's how you show out in the game, man. Bruh. Come on, man.
Oklahoma tripping.
He's gone. He's gone. How about this one? KJ Jefferson goes deep to Warren Thompson, but Thompson can't reel it in.
This is just embarrassing, bruh. You had an opportunity to be a hero, but instead you was a zero. They lost the game by 1 point. Come on, bruh. We need you.
My coach would say, nice hands, feet. You got to make the catch, bruh. Come on, bruh.
Nice hands, feet. All right, this one is called Where on Earth is the Duke Defense?
Now, this is unbelievable because Jamar Gibbs is only the best player on Georgia Tech's entire football team. Defense, come on, bruh. Where are y'all today?
Hey, bruh, Arda, you could run for this touchdown because that's how wide open he was. You got to get him covered. That's easy.
There's not a single thing athletic about me, and I could have gotten that touchdown. How about that? Harry Lyles spots a fox. Now, this is hilarious.
Oh, bruh, forget this. I'm getting the hell out of here. When we see things that we don't normally see on a consistent basis, bruh, I'm gone.
Hey, what did the fox say, man? Because that fox is tripping. What's it doing there? How does it get there with that many people? Bruh, come on. Y'all need to get some animal control there.
So long as I'm not in the vicinity of the fox, I'd be laughing at this. I'd be like, yeah, this is all right. I'm cool with it. I'm sure Harry was like taking pictures of it, though, video. How about this? Lane Kiffin at it again on fourth downs. You kidding me?
Bruh, I thought we went through this last week, Lane Kiffin. I don't think you got the memo. Listen, this calls for Arkansas to kick a field goal. If y'all would have lost today, bruh, I would have bruhed you for the entire segment. You lucky.
Yeah, it would have been 2 capital bruhs, bruh, because that is gutsy. But hey, at the end of the day, they got the dub, so shout out to him.
Last bruh, Matt Corral. A kick kick in the face.
Bruh, are you playing Mortal Kombat? A-B-A-B-A-C-C. That used to be the code in Mortal Kombat. A-B-A-B-A-B-C-C. Bruh, come on.
Or is this Street Fighter? Hadouken! He got it right in the head. Hey, you got it for 6, but bruh, that's all y'all do is something a little different over there in the football game.
Bruh, this is not video games. What are y'all doing out there?
He dropped us the Mortal Kombat code. He just dropped it out of nowhere.
A-B-A-B-A-C-C.
Hey, he knows it by heart, bruh. That's how you know you play the game too.
Oh, this has been brought delivered by Pizza Hut. The Mortal Kombat.
All right, bruh. Now let's take a look in at the LSU-Kentucky game. And, Harry, you like this LSU team, but Kentucky just seemed to have made a play as we took our live look in.
Yeah, when I look at this game right here, this is a game that Kentucky could potentially lose if they're not careful. Great job of the young man right there getting a sack on Max Johnson. Yes, the son of Brad Johnson. But when you look at Kentucky offensively, right, they have 2 guys that stand out to me. Number 1, Waydale Robinson, a guy who can get open in space, make you miss in space. He's one of their top players. Now, number 2, Chris Rodriguez Jr., a running back. This young man is rushing the football right now. That offensive line for Kentucky is giving him avenues, giving him lanes to make those plays, to make those runs. But if you're LSU defensively, Ali Gay, right? B.J. Ojolari, yes, the little brother Aziz Ojolari that played at Georgia. These guys have to make plays. Derek Stingley Jr. is not out there. He's hurt. He just had foot surgery. Eli Rooks has to make plays in the back end. Who did I just talk about? Waydale Robinson? There you go. He can make you miss.
I saw you watching film on him last night.
He's a human joystick.
And you said it yourself. This kid is a problem, and he's probably one of the quickest, fastest people on the field.
He can go because when I look at Will Levis, he's not the most accurate quarterback. We seen last week he threw an interception to a Florida Gator when a wide receiver was wide open. So he has to just get this football to these playmakers so they can make plays so Kentucky can have a chance to win football games. There's that guy again right there, Chris Rodriguez Jr.
Yeah, and the thing about the first couple of downs is everyone talks about what's your best third down play. Your best third down play is first and second down.
Yes, it is.
Because at the end of the day, you want to be in a non-predictable situation, and they're doing it right now, running the ball, getting in shorter yardage situations, because then the whole field ends up being 4-down territory with the way that you're going up. If you get a good play on first and second down, and then you make your way down the field.
Well, no one ever said that you had to get to third down. That means you're just being great on first and second down production. No one said you had to get to third down, but if you do get to third down, you want to be in third and short, third and manageables. You don't want to be in the situation where you're in third and 14, third and 16, because now the defensive line can peer their ears back, and the defense can play coverage, and you risk a potential turnover.
Because then the defense knows you're throwing the ball if you're in a predictable third down situation. And man, LSU, how big would this win be for them if they were able to get it?
Well, I think it's huge because when you look at Coach O, when you look at everything that's transpired with this LSU program, if they lose this football game tonight, people are talking about, okay, is Coach O going to lose his job now? Right? He's already on the hot seat, but if they lose this game against Kentucky, after losing the game the way they did last week against Auburn, that's going to be a topic or conversation the entire week.
And those are some proud fans for LSU. I got a couple of LSU friends who are some big fans of their team, and they're not happy with the way that things are turning out right now because they want this team to be able to get some wins, and tonight would be a huge chance for them to do so, especially with this game on the SEC network right now, night game as well.
Harry, isn't it crazy that LSU was literally national championship conversation like a couple years ago, and now we're talking about the coach possibly being fired in the short term?
Well, it's crazy because when you look at this LSU football team, a part of it is that you had Dave Aranda, right? Your top defensive coordinator. He's not a head coach at Baylor. You have another guy who ran your offense or your passing game. And Joe Brady, he's the offensive coordinator with the Carolina Panthers. You have so many missing pieces on this football team now no longer at LSU. So it's basically like you got to build things from the ground up.
All right, so watch this game on the SEC network. We're going to go on to the game that just ended not too long ago. Top 5 matchup, Penn State, Iowa. First quarter, Noah Cain runs it in for the 2-yard touchdown, and they lead 7-3. Now Iowa down 4, 2nd and 6. Spencer Petras is picked off by Jaquan Brisker.
I said in this game, you have to force Peaches to beat you with his arm.
All right, Sean Clifford, he takes it in himself here for the 4-yard touchdown. They lead 14-3. He was still in the game at this point. And now we go in the second quarter. Peaches finds Charlie Jones for the 9th touchdown.
Great job keeping your balance there.
Charlie Jones.
Great job.
Charlie Jones. But hold on. Sean Clifford will be seen exiting the game. This was probably the turnover part of the game because in the second quarter, it's 2nd and 5 here. Robertson is picked off by Riley Moss, and he be mossing people on defense. Robertson isn't happy with himself there. And then in the fourth quarter, Iowa's down 4. Peaches finds Nico Reganey. And Reganey, so big for this Iowa team, doing bigger things in the big game.
I want to know how he got so wide open.
They take a 23-20 lead there. This is their last chance for Penn State. 4th and 10, Robertson gets picked off by the team that leads the country in turnovers. They're doing it again. Iowa, man, huge win. They get it, 23-20, and this is impressive. A couple of names that we're looking at, Sean Clifford, Nico Reganey, and then another one that we don't see is Jahan Dotson. This Iowa defense is so real, dude. It's like, it's even better than people probably expected.
Well, coming into the game, the main topic for Penn State in their offense is to take care of the football, don't turn the football over. They had 4 turnovers today. They're even lucky that this game was even this close and they had an opportunity to even try to win this football game at the end. But Sean Clifford going down with Roberson, they had no chance. They couldn't move the football. And I feel sorry for the Penn State players, man, because especially that defense, because I thought that defense played so well early on. But then when Sean Clifford went out, the Penn State offense was stagnant. They couldn't make plays. They couldn't pass it. They couldn't run it. And the Iowa Hawkeyes defense took advantage of that. Not just the defense, but their offense as well.
You know, there was one point during the season where I was like, is Iowa really a top 5 team? And each and every single week, all they've done is prove themselves. They win. It's hard to be undefeated in college football. Let's be real. And you can say, oh, it's an easy game or whatever it is. But at the end of the day, even teams that aren't supposed to lose those games, lose those games. And Iowa is winning some really big games. And these next couple of weeks are really going to be key as to who they are, and they just beat a really tough team.
Well, until the Big Ten championship game, I thought this was the biggest game for Iowa. Not everything else is smooth sailing. So if they go into the Big Ten championship game and they lose a close one to whoever, there are talks about them potentially getting into the college football playoffs as well as the Big Ten champion. So that's 2 teams from the Big Ten, and then you will probably have 2 from the SEC. Right now, if I'm looking at college football, that's who I have in the college football playoffs. 2 teams from the Big Ten, 2 teams from the SEC. I don't care about listen, I understand Oklahoma won, but Oklahoma right now, to me, is not one of the 4 best teams in the country. Cincinnati, to me, Cincinnati is the 5th or 6th best team in the country, but in my eyes, they aren't the top, I'll say, 4 teams in the country right now. They're not one of them.
Yeah, and they're probably going to be mad that you said that about.
They can be mad. They can be mad for me keeping it real. I give them my phone number.
He said, call me. I'm about it. But anyway, we got a look at the Michigan-Nebraska game. We're in about a little deep into the first quarter. Check it out. It's still 0-0. This is a game. You said it could be a trap game for Michigan. It's on ABC. And we're going to see how this game ends up turning out. Michigan trying to keep that perfect record going and get in that top 5 as well.
Right now, Nebraska's in the tight red zone, trying to see if they can score a touchdown. Adrian Martinez just took it on a run. He did not get the first down. I believe that was 4th and 2. The Michigan defense held them on that drive.
4th and 2.
Big shout out to that Michigan defense.
You know, real quick, we've talked about, it seems like a lot of coaches are starting to go for it on 4th down. Nobody wants to take points anymore.
Yeah, no one wants to be smart anymore. Blows my mind.
All right, now we're dropping in as we take a look at some of the crazy and twisted plays from Week 6 presented by Twisted Tea. Let's get things started with Jack Jones and an interception of Tanner McKee, but it doesn't end there.
What's going on here?
Listen, my boy knows how to get his buddy involved. That's what I'm talking about. That's what coaches mean by when they say, we need guys who are unselfish.
That's what you call backyard football. We're just playing in the backyard with the kids, doing our thing, and right here they were doing their thing on the college football field.
You're my boy, Blue.
That was DeAndre Pierce, by the way, taking it to the house. Let's now take you to Jalen Fowler, who goes deep to Elijah Bowick. Bowick reels it in with one hand.
What do we need two hands for when you have one with that stickum on him? I know he probably got some stickum. He probably sprayed some stickum. Oh, maybe he did it. Maybe the man just has hands, big hands like DeAndre Hopkins.
Hey, he hit him with the left. He hit him with the left. Caught the ball with the left, one-handed going down. I hope they threw the flag because it was on his head.
How about this one? KJ Jefferson able to leap tall buildings in a single bound. Woo!
Oh, that's the real Superman. Soldier Boy fitness.
Hey.
Now watch me hit that. You.
He surely took off, man. Hey. Soldier Boy up in it.
Watch me eat now.
Why me crank that Soldier Boy? You.
Who had dancing to Soldier Boy on your bingo cards? Congratulations, you win. We have sang a whole album on this show, and I am not mad at it at all. Time now for your best plays brought to you by Coca-Cola Zero Sugar. Coastal Carolina, how about this? CJ Brewer, Jeffrey Gunter, they are a defensive problem.
Oh, man. Oh, they did. Hey, that's that Dragon Ball Z fusion, huh?
I knew Skubie would catch that. Florida running back Naquan Wright jukes out two defenders. He makes them look silly and then runs it in for the tutty.
You like this, but it's against Vandy. It's against Vandy.
Yeah, wait, who are they playing, Harry? Who are they playing?
Vandy.
It might have all been the scout team, right?
Oh, that jump cut. He hit two jump cuts in one play.
Hey, it's great for the highlight reel. Post that on the gram. You'll get some likes.
We were talking about undefeated teams. What about the other way? Someone's must go. Let's talk UConn. Wide receiver Keelan Marion shows off his hand-eye coordination.
They made a play. They made a play in this one.
What were you saying earlier on another show? You were like, don't screw this up.
Don't screw this up.
Yeah.
This is our one chance to win a football game. Don't screw it up.
Liberty quarterback Malik Willis throws an absolute dime in double coverage to Demario Douglas.
Ooh, that was two nickels, boy, because that is a dime.
But no wonder he caught it. The man's last name is Douglas. Stop playing with me.
Hey, I heard guys with Douglas are some good people, man. I heard there's some good people.
There's some great Douglas athletes. Harry Douglas, Buster Douglas. I mean, come on, there's a whole bunch.
Hugh Douglas?
Let's check out what's going on. The college football Twitter sphere with our tweets of the day presented by AT&T 5G. Let's just run through them. Let's show you what we got, and we're going to react to them. Let's peep some CFB tweets. I mean, I think our dancing was a little better than this.
What in the world do they have going on?
Yo, the yellow shirt.
We have the
like
Three Stooges. Three Stooges, the Three Stooges. Three Stooges.
Why I oughta? This meme gets entirely too much play. I think this meme is over. That's just my personal opinion.
It has gotten a lot of play, but
it is funny. It's funny. It's just that this meme though, like we gotta close this one out.
Throw it in triple coverage.
Listen, people are so petty on Rattler on social media. I feel bad for dude, but hey, you ever seen that meme where he says, "I'm getting cooked right now," because they cooking up Rattler on social media.
Here's DJ Uyunglele and Spencer Rattler in the transfer portal in the offseason.
Oh.
Hey.
Them boys hitting it too. Oh. Harlem Shake. Ain't no doubt about it.
This is the most stylish parkour I've ever seen.
Now that water better be clean. He better not be jumping in any water
I was
now.
just thinking that. I'm like, I'm not going to jump in that.
My goodness.
Yo, they low-key hitting it, though. I like the moves.
How about this?
Oh, man. Isn't that the finger that Russell Wilson hurt?
Yeah, I was going to say.
She better put that finger down for a knee surgery.
That's it, by the way.
You feel me?
That Russell that looked nasty, by the way.
Yeah,
It did.
this
Russell. More Texas fallout.
The Jordan knee.
Oh, that's
Bring
not
it
bad.
back.
That's not bad. That's not bad. You know what makes me sad? There's a whole generation of kids that only know Michael Jordan from this.
Yes.
That is sad.
That's the crazy thing about this world right now. Crazy.
Man, them betters, man. There's always a bad beat.
And finally, Auburn.
They thought,
okay. Coach Pearl.
oh.
Look at him in the crowd, getting at it.
Okay.
Hey, he's pumped up. I like that.
Okay, Coach Pearl.
He's okay.
They're going
guys.
off.
He does some curls.
Okay, Coach Pearly. Okay, Coach Pearly.
Cam Newton is tagged in that, by the way. Maybe he was in there somewhere. Who knows? Anyway, that'll do it for us here on the College Football Show, presented by AT&T 5G. Those two gentlemen will be back for the wrap-up, which is at 11 p.m. Eastern. In the meantime, in between time, you can watch number 9 Michigan take on Nebraska right now on ABC. Just log in to your cable providers. Thanks for watching on all the platforms. The wrap-up, 11 p.m. Catch those boys then. Same platforms.